And so now, in keeping with tradition, we will now sing the FA Cup hymn, Abide With Me, the words which you will see on the giant screen. And we will be led by the talented young Mary Jess Lieberland, who will be accompanied by the band of the Blues and Royals. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Mary Jess Lieberland.
Abide With Me sets the tone. It's the first FA Cup final under the floodlights. And John Barnes is making an appearance next to me and in the stands today. The floodlights are on. Both these teams are looking to do a double this season, a penny for their thoughts. They'll be led by two managers with great history in this competition. It's Chelsea against Liverpool in the 2012 FA Cup final, and it is time to hand you over to our commentators, Chris Waddle and first, John Champion.
So often a catch-weight contest in recent years. This year, a heavyweight duel. The first ever tea-time FA Cup final. Only the fourth time that a 3 o'clock kickoff has not been used. The last was in 1923, when the start of the first ever Wembley final was delayed by the sheer enormity of the crowd. You wouldn't know it from the weather, but the cup final is the dawn of a sporting summer that promises so much. The FA Cup, perhaps the most recognisable trophy in football. It's being ferried out by Warrant Officer Tony Reeves, MBE, a Liverpool supporter who today marks exactly 37 years service in the RAF. A day of contrast then, north against south, red versus blue, and an occasion that resonates globally from Woolloomooloo to Timbuktu. Match for Liverpool. Will the season be remembered as one of league failure or of cup success? The presentation party on their way, and an inspired choice as chief guest by the Football Association, a man who commands universal respect, being greeted there by Steven Gerrard and accompanied by David Bernstein and Mark Collins of the FA. The main man today is 76-year-old Jimmy Armfield, the former Blackpool and England right back and captain. One of the most widely respected figures in football as player, manager, journalist and and still a voice of easy authority on the radio to this day. An extra word there for the right back, Glenn Johnson. The same may go for Jose Basingwa, because that was Jimmy Armfield's trade. His first final, 1948, when as a 12-year-old he came with his father to watch Blackpool play Manchester United. Match officials today led by Phil Dowd, Stuart Burton, Andy Garrett are the assistants. Mike Jones, nearest the camera, is the fourth official. It's the second time that Roberto Di Matteo has led Chelsea out. He did so in 2002 at the behest of Claudio Ranieri, shortly after his retirement through injury. For Chelsea, at the start of a two-week period that could be spectacular. May well be that this season is the worst of the Abramovich era. Equally, it could prove to be the most glorious in the club's entire history. Years since the Wanderers beat the Royal Engineers in the first ever final in front of just 2,000 people at the Kennington Oval. That afternoon the crossbar was a piece of tape and the only goal was scored by a county cricketer playing under an assumed name. Four of the last five winners have worn blue. Red hasn't beaten blue in the final since Manchester United saw off Millwall in 2004.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem, led by Laura Wright, who is accompanied by the band of the Blues and Royals.
The 21-year-old soprano from the Royal College of Music.
Thanks to Laura Wright, and now it's time for the teams.
Well, the teams will shake hands. Whilst they do that, we'll show you who's playing. The Chelsea lineup includes Petr Cech in goal. Aside from a penalty shootout defeat against Everton, he's never lost an FA Cup tie. Cahill and Louise may well be fit for the Champions League final, but they were well short for today, so Basingwa benefits. Morelos is the man to miss out in midfield. Juan Mata is afforded the platform to support Didier Drogba, who has scored 7 goals in 7 cup finals for Chelsea.
Well, Drogba loves his place, Wembley. The defence looks quite solid. Basingwa probably the weak link of that back four, right back. Very strong midfielder, and get the ball to Mata. But I'm looking for Kalou today. I think he'll have good joy against Glenn Johnson.
Having been suspended for the semi-final, Pepe Reina is back for Liverpool for the main event. The form of Skrtel is such that there's no starting role for Jamie Carragher in defence. A 5-man midfield is flanked by Downing and Bellamy. The youngest players on the pitch are those in central roles, Henderson and Spearing. And as at Norwich last weekend, Steven Gerrard will pull the strings for Luis Suarez. There is no Andy Carroll.
I've just said Chelsea, basically the match-up player for player. That's why I look at Kalou for Chelsea, and I'm looking at Craig Bellamy today to get the better of Basingwa, who, mate, is not a very good defender.
So just to confirm that the 2 mega-buck strikers, Torres and Carroll, combined cost £85 million, are both only substitutes. Meanwhile, history beckons for Didier Drogba, who could become the first man to score in 4 FA Cup finals. It's already embraced Ashley Cole, the only player in history to win the Cup 6 times. Last time Liverpool played in the final, Steven Gerrard was both skipper and saviour. He scored one of the great Cup final goals against West Ham in 2006. And Liverpool's most recent cup winner, mentioned by Chris Waddle there, Glenn Johnson, who triumphed with Portsmouth 4 years ago. When Abramovich joined Chelsea in 2003, Johnson was the first player he signed. So a record 763 teams set out in August. Stourbridge, Swindon and Crawley deserve honourable mentions. Some individuals too, Thierry Henry for his timing, Fabrice Muamba for his tenacity. But now we are down to 2. Final check of the timepiece for Phil Dowd, the match referee from Staffordshire. A broad stage and 2 global ambassadors for English football. The 131st FA Cup final, but the first to pit Chelsea against Liverpool. Goodness knows they've met often enough in recent seasons. 31 times in the last 8 years. 3 Champions League semi-finals. We had Garcia's ghost goal. Dramatic penalty shootout. They contested a League Cup final as well. And Drogba feeds Lampard, who feeds Drogba again.
I know he's got a good record at Wembley, but that's a little bit difficult to hit the target with the ball there. He heads it down, it comes back to him. He's just got to get a hold of it. It comes back to him, just control it. Very ambitious. We looked at the teams, John, and we thought Craig Bellamy would be playing on the left side. They put Stewie Down on the left side. Bellamy's gone up against Ashley Cole, who will occupy. They've got to get this ball out. Gerrard will match up in midfield. They're well matched up. 2 young boys, Spearn and Henderson. Big job on them. Spearn's picking Matter up, and Henderson's picking Lampard up.
After all the recent rain, it is a relatively pleasant day. There is a feeling of spring.
That's ideal for the players. Normally the cup final, it's red hot, isn't it? And the pitch is a bit bubbly, a bit hard. As you say, the amount of rain we've had and the conditions today, perfect.
Chris Waddle, who played in 2 of these great events, never though managed to get his hands on the cup. Lampard for Chelsea. Opportunity for some of those of, in relative terms, pensionable age to show that they're still deserving of a future.
I think, John, you've got to look as well experience in this Chelsea side. You look at the, if you put all the appearances they've made in their careers, they are really probably double what Liverpool have. So they've got experience.
Mata. Back from Cole to Mata a second time.
But one thing you can't get Luis Suarez isolated with John Terry Ivanovic. 2 big, strong centre-halves who attack the ball very well. Liverpool have got to get in it to Gerrard, if not get it out to Downing, who's got terrific pace and early deliveries. But Suarez is going to get deeper and deeper. You need somebody up that field.
Talk, Chris, about the regeneration of Chelsea, what's needed for Chelsea to move forward. 4.5 years after the departure of Mourinho, 7 of the starting 11 for Chelsea were signed by Bruce Buck's former manager.
I think you look at the side, and yes, there's a few over the 30 mark. They're still fit, they can still play. Whether it's next year or the year, it's going to happen eventually. The 9 players that we've talked about in this Chelsea, it's basically down the middle. Eventually, it has got to change. Now, whether it's going to be Di Matteo or somebody else who comes in, whether it's next year or the year after, it's going to happen in the next couple of seasons. There's no doubt about that.
More immediate interest to Chelsea's players, however long-serving, is to win a 7th FA Cup. Touch for Johnson. Kenny Dalglish involved in a 5th FA Cup final. Just 23 years since the Last wrapped his hands around the famous trophy. Gerrard fouled there by Drogba.
Well, that was very blatant, wasn't it? He knew exactly what he was going to do, and he's got away with it early in the game.
Agger. Suarez.
I think what Liverpool find difficult as well, John, Suarez gets iced out. Steven Gerrard's attracted to the ball, he's coming deeper and deeper. I know it's early in the game, but Henderson and Spearing, one of them's got to go and join Suarez a little bit quicker, because you're getting basically 5 players in the lane just in front of the back four. Suarez is getting isolated. Steven Gerrard, you want really close up to Suarez, but he's getting attracted to the ball because he can't get it at the minute. He's going deeper and deeper.
Struggled to assert their superiority in both their previous games at Wembley this season, the League Cup final against Cardiff City of the Championship, and then 3 weeks ago the Merseyside Derby FA Cup semi-final.
Craig Bellamy's just left the right wing spot and started to drift in behind Suarez, which they need, but he's getting attracted to the ball now as well.
Spearing. Glenn Johnson. Well, just the merest nudge, not enough for the referee to give a foul, but enough for Johnson to lose track of the ball. And here's Mata. Kalou. It's Drogba. In the way for Liverpool was Skirtle.
I think that's where they're going to get the joy. Kalou, he's offside. He's offside. That's where they're going to get the joy. If they can get it out to Kalou one-on-one with Glenn Johnson. Glenn Johnson's a terrific fullback going forward, but we know he's not the best defensively.
It's not been a great year for the Giant Killers in the FA Cup this season. The two teams have had a day in the sun. Swindon at half-time will receive the Ronnie Radford Award for the giant killing of the season. The dispatch of Wigan.
I think Wrexham did very well against Brighton when I think we were there that night, John, and they played very, very well.
But they didn't win. Shows the democracy of English football and how things can change, though, that this year Swindon get the award as giant killers for beating Wigan. 30 years ago, Wigan might have got the award for beating Swindon. Nowhere is the democracy and even-handedness of the English football structure more clearly displayed than in the FA Cup. Competition that delights in exposing the frailties of teams and players.
I think if you look at the game already, John, we've been playing out just over 8 minutes. None of the goalkeepers have had one shot. There's not been one decent cross gone in, not one decent move. Drogba had that early shot, which was never going to hit the target. But apart from that, it's just a bit of possession. It looks like a practice match at the moment.
Skirtle. Swept back by Cole. Suarez was outstanding in front of our ESPN cameras a week ago at Norwich. Although having having seen Papis Cissé's goal against Chelsea in the week, that third Suarez goal looks like a tap-in by comparison.
I still say Peter Crouch's was the best goal.
Genuine competition this season, though. Cole, Lampard. Liverpool are unbeaten in cup football this season, 12 ties. Scored freely in knockout competition. Vivid and frustrating contrast to their Premier League form. Dalglish has twice masterminded victories over Chelsea this season, once in the League Cup and once in the league, both at Stamford Bridge. Mata. Ramirez, and he's beyond Enrique. Ramirez for Chelsea. And the Brazilian who scored that gem in Barcelona adds another special moment to his collection.
Well, I've got to say, Jay Spearman gives it away with a sloppy pass. Lovely way to pass by Mata. Enrique gets caught in two mains. Will I get it? Will I not? It's a poor challenge. And I've got to say, Pepe Reina will be disappointed. He's hitting his hands on the floor, but he scored at the near post. Pepe Reina thinks he's going to shoot across the goal. He doesn't. He goes near with power. Pepe Reina goes down a little bit too early for me. But it was a good weighted ball by Mata. And Ramirez, we know, has got terrific pace. He just hits the target, and Pepe Reina for me will be very disappointed.
A goal in the semi-final, and now the opener in the final itself. For a player who had a slow start to his Chelsea career. But now he's settled in, he's looking ever more like a thoroughbred. Gerrard trying to drive Liverpool to a response. Enrique, Suarez. Mata. There's Bellamy and Henderson.
Got to say, John, that's what the game needed. You know, we just played, what, 11 minutes and just over come to 12 now, and that was the first attempt on goal, really, and that's what the game needs.
Suarez. Johnson. Henderson. Enrique. This is Downing. And Mata has some space in which to work. Steven Gerrard hooked out a leg and made, in the end, a very well-timed challenge.
That was Mata trying to get on his left foot. If he just kept running down the lane, he was running away from Steven Gerrard. So once he cut inside, Steven Gerrard, well-timed tackle.
Downing. Suarez. Handball or not? Not, says Phil Dowd. Johnson. And there's Bellamy.
Liverpool, since the goal, why didn't they play like this from the start? They've upped the tempo, asking questions.
Agger across.
Ivanovic did ever so well. Terrific block. I definitely think this is a goal. Glenn Johnson, terrific play. Somebody should be attacking that near post. It's a great strike by Bellamy. I think that was going in. Ivanovic did very, very well.
First time that Craig Bellamy has started a game at Wembley today, at the age of 32. A couple of appearances off the bench. Dalglish already adopting that familiar hunched position on the touchline. Body language expert would describe it as defensive. Chelsea the winners in 2007, 2009 and 2010. And for once they lead in a Wembley FA Cup final without the aid of a goal from Didier Drogba. Suarez. It's not Norwich.
It's a smaller pitch, Carrow Road, obviously, but you've got to say, hey, it was the right idea. That check was a long way off his line, just didn't hit it right.
Drogba. Mata. Here's Kalou. Drogba to the goal scorer Ramirez. I think he was in control of that.
He was just. I think he was in 2 minds. Was it? It dropped. It was coming. The pace was coming off it. He did the right thing. It was definitely across that. What went wrong?
It's Terry's. John Terry playing his 50th FA Cup tie today. A record equalling 9th final for Chelsea. Sets that mark alongside Frank Lampard. Downing. Terry there for Chelsea. Liverpool supporters encouraged enough by the revival since the goal to sound their voices, sing their anthems.
I think Chelsea, for me, so far in this game, 17 minutes coming now, and I think they've just been very compact. They lose the ball, they get behind it, they've got good shape, very tight. They don't want to come out. They're looking to play basically on the counter attack every time they pick it up.
It is a different challenge for them to their last big game. In Barcelona they could park the bus and it worked. Today the bus has to go on a journey.
I think what they're doing is they're just keeping possession, they're waiting for an opportunity. Liverpool are very deep themselves, they're not really pressing the ball high up the field, so it's very easy for Chelsea at the minute. When they lose it, they drop off. When they get it, the back four drop off, and they're very happy to have 10, 15, 20 passes. They're winning 1-0, it's up to Liverpool to come at them.
Jordan Henderson. Mata. Kalou. And Lampard, and it came off the shins of Skirtle.
Totally in control, Chelsea, the game. They just seem to have a spare man wherever there's an option there, a blue shirt. As I say, Liverpool very compact, but they're losing the game. It's very easy for this Chelsea side. Never been asked any questions. All right, the Bellamy shot clear off the line, that's it. And I know it's early in the game, but you've got to be looking at someone like Andy Carroll to come on, who's a presence.
Again, well timed, the challenge by Skirtle. Harlequin, who's had perhaps his best season with Liverpool so far. The combination of he and the Dane, Agger, enough to keep Jamie Carragher out of the starting lineup. Ramirez, first Brazilian to score in an FA Cup final. Mata. Drogba. Hook up with Basingwa. Spearing. Bellamy.
Just got no rhythm to them, and Steven Gerrard's going left, going right, trying to get on the ball, and really he's got to go and play off Mikel and get between the centre halves. But for me, we just saw Andy Carroll on the bench, and I'd have him warming up, because at this minute in time Chelsea are absolutely controlling this football match. Saying that, we saw it in the semi-final. Everton did first half.
Gerrard. Downing. That was out of play.
Well, the problem they've got, John, Liverpool, is there's a great ball by Gerrard to release down, who does well to keep it in. Enrique comes up too close to him, but there's nothing in the middle. He has the goal again. Pepe Reina, for me, thinks he's going to go across the goal. He goes near. You can see Pepe Reina leaning to his right. And that's a bad goal to give away. It's basically straight at him.
Pepe Reina habitually sets high standards. Maybe dip below them there. Regular Liverpool watchers suggest quietly that it's not been his finest season. Skirtle.
Definitely got Steven Gerrard. He's playing out Mikel now. That's where he should be going up now and being second striker. Let Henderson have Lampard. Let Spearing have Mata. Let Steven Gerrard just break off Mikel, because he plays very, very deep. So that'll suit Steven Gerrard. But at the minute, so many Liverpool players, counting Steven Gerrard, are coming back into the one half, looking for the ball. Luis Suarez has been isolated, and he's not a target man.
Mata. Kalou. Determined run by Kalou.
Well, that's what he can do, Kalou. But we know that when he's on his day, he can go past players, he can score. Very unpredictable player.
Who?
Kalou.
Bit of impromptu rhyme. And here's Drogba for Chelsea. Ashley Cole. Drogba. Johnson has the problem of stopping him. She achieves. Downing. Henderson. Ramirez leading the charge for Chelsea with a goal after 11 minutes. And here's Agger. And now Enrique. And Agger again.
I've got to say, when they get in the final third, Liverpool at the minute, unless they shoot, they haven't got nothing to cross it to. The back four of Chelsea, two centre-halves are big and strong. Unless you fizz it hard and low across the goal, they're just running out of ideas.
So with less than half an hour played in the cup final, you're campaigning for Carroll to come on. Here's Kalou.
It was worth an effort. He had the space, got it on his right foot. But yes, I definitely, Andy Carroll sat there, I'd have him warming up. He's just, Luis Suarez is better playing off a striker rather than playing on his own. He has the chance. He gets a bit of space, look, just can't hit the target. High and wide. You can put Andy Carroll on because Steven Gerrard's basically playing as a centre midfield player along Spear and Henderson. You don't need three in a lane, you need two, yes, not three.
Ramirez. Kalou dispossessed by Henderson. Bit of a platform for Gerrard. Suarez. Now Downing. Enrique. Suarez. Liverpool have been running down a few blind alleys.
It seems to be, we talk about Liverpool a lot, John, the shape they've got, the balance of the team's not right. We can see that where Chelsea, on the other hand, there's nothing really common. They're well organised, the back four's close together, the boys in midfield very tight. Mata floating around off Drogba, got a great shape to them, and that's why they're in control of the football match.
Well, on the far side, Steve Clarke has appeared. He's alongside Kenny Dalglish. The pair of them deep in conversation. Ramirez. That's Johnson. Drogba. Former Liverpool striker of great repute, Robbie Fowler. John Aldridge is here too, Ian Rush as well. Okay, a little further back, Ian St John. Plenty of Liverpool strikers who knew the location of the net. Here's Mata. Lampard.
Ambitious from Frank Lampard, but again, controlling the football match, Chelsea. And so for me, whether you take Bellamy off and put Henderson right, you take Henderson off and put Gerrard centre midfield, but you've got to get somebody to release Luis Suarez to play off the centre halves. He's not getting any joy against these two big boys. For me, Andy Carroll is the answer. Well, they'll do it at half time or what, but they need to change it because Chelsea are dominating this game.
Steven Gerrard coming deep.
What Liverpool have done is they've swapped the wingers now. Bellamy's come to the left, Downey's gone to the right. Well, that'll change the game, I can't see it.
Skirtle. Activity on the Liverpool bench on the far side. Good substitutes dispatched to warm up. Meanwhile, this is Bellamy. Spearing. Fascinating piece in the Telegraph this morning saying Kenny Dalglish is stuck in a time warp. It wasn't meant nastily, but the suggestion was that it's 20 years since he was at the sharp end with Liverpool, and that in fact, if there is a club that hasn't moved on in that time, it is Liverpool. And he's still adjusting to the modern demands of a top-notch, top-club manager. Today might buy him a bit of time. The way the game has gone so far, it's looked rather unlikely.
Chelsea totally dominating the game, half an hour gone in. Enrique started this game very slow. He's not really caught Ramirez, I don't know where he's rolling around. It was a foul, but he never really touched him.
Are you a fan of Ramirez now that he's settled?
I think he's honest, he's genuine, he's quick. There's nothing frills with him. He's a good player for the Premiership. He gets up and down, he uses the ball wisely, he's got a great turn of pace. All right, you'd probably say he didn't hit the shot he probably wanted for his goal, but who's arguing?
He's scored 11 times from midfield now this season. Boos because Torres has emerged for a jog on the far side of the pitch at the Liverpool end. Terry is poised to try and get on the end of this. In by Mata. Enrique.
They're just too strong, John, all over the park. They're just dominating every position. They're just, apart from doing your job, I was give the ball away a lot for me. He's a presence up there though, and he's kept the two centre-halves occupied, even though he's lost a lot of the ball. The rest of the players are doing their jobs very, very well.
Ramirez. Mata. It's Ashley Cole. Henderson made a fair amount of ground to block him. Now Lampard. And Drogba losing out to Downing.
Steven Gerrard trying to kick the ball in, but it's all Chelsea. Chelsea were disappointed, John, I would think, if they don't go into a 2-0, even 3, because Liverpool's got to change in the second half. They can't play as bad as this, and really Chelsea should put this game to bed when they've got the chance.
So far it's been a league performance and a cup tie by Liverpool, which is not what they needed. Basingwa. More groans as Henderson gives it to Cole. Downing. Enrique. And Bellamy Spearing. Johnson. A little nudge, enough of a nudge, free kick.
Well, it's a chance. The two centre-halves are making their way forward. Not a lot to hit in there, is there? There it is. He just cuts across Kalou, and he just crosses him across his thigh. Here's a free kick.
Liverpool, if history is a guide, already up against it. The side that has scored first has gone on to win in 13 of the last 14 FA Cup finals here. Gerrard. Skirthor. Offside flag raised.
I'm not sure if the ball went out of play, John, is it? The linesman's point. Maybe it just went out, over hit by Stevie Gerrard. There you go. Does he give offside? Could be offside there. Skirtle's just probably half a yard. Has the flag gone up? He's obviously give it then. As soon as he's got contact, he's give the offside. He's offside.
Plenty to look forward to still on ESPN, including the Milan derby tomorrow night in all its glory from 7:15, and next Saturday, rugby semi-final of the Aviva Premiership, Leicester Tigers against Sarries. Gerrard. Well, he was caught by Mikel, and Phil Dowd is having to adjudicate for just about the first time on anything remotely contentious.
Steve Gerrard's not the type of player who rolls around. He's obviously felt that. He was just a little bit too quick for Mikel there, and there it is there, look, he just gets there before him, and he has caught his foot, but it was a genuine attempt for the ball. You can't say it was anything deliberate in that, and hopefully the referee will just have a word with him. He's just got there before him.
A few people thinking Mikel is rather lucky to be playing today, after the forearm made contact with Czech Tiote in the league game in the week. He's not going to escape a card this time. First yellow of this final.
Look at this free kick, John. You've got Agger and the two centre-halves are staying back. Agger's taking it. Who's he going to hit? Is he going to hit Henderson? Probably a chance up against Kalou. I don't know why Ashley Cole's gone in front of Kalou.
Agger it is. It's comfortable for Basingwa. Mata. Drogba. He thought about it and tried it.
He's not the best half I've seen from Didier Drogba. A little bit ambitious, long way out, but we've seen him strike him before and they go in the net. It's worth an effort. Everybody backs off him. Goes for a lot of power there. Never troubling the keeper. Chelsea have made total control of this first half.
And is that because they played well, or just because Liverpool have been so insipid?
A little bit of both. I've got to give Chelsea credit. The shape of the team are balanced, the way they passed the ball have been bright. Liverpool, for me, nothing up front. Suarez has been well shackled by the two centre-halves. He's ended up coming too deep, as Steven Gerrard has, and they've had no threat. The wide man haven't done anything.
Here is a wide man. Downing. Was cross that asked a question or two, turned behind by Cole.
It's a great ball. It's a great ball in, but if you look at it, John, there's nobody there. Jordan Henderson, look, there's not one person in the box. Jordan Henderson has got no chance of getting it. Ashley Cole plays it away safe. Got no presence in the box.
First corner coming up then. It's at the west end of the stadium, occupied by the Chelsea supporters. who were markedly later than their Liverpool counterparts in arriving for this game. Bellamy then. Agger. Skirtle beaten by Drogba. Spearing. Back to Bellamy. Flat tats in the end effectively by Cech. It's unorthodox, but it worked. Just joined us. Ramirez scored the goal in the 11th minute for Chelsea. Jose Enrique. Liverpool have really struggled to impose themselves upon this showpiece. Maybe now. Downing. Jay Spearing. Henderson, Suarez.
Well, it's a little bit better by Liverpool, but for me, there's nobody in the box. Suarez is attracted to the ball. Jordan Henderson's the only one trying to get in there. All right, Suarez this time, he does gamble, look, off the cross. He's got a lot of ground to make up as the ball's from Spearing, goes to the far post. Henderson comes in early. It's difficult for Suarez to get onto. They've got no presence in the box. They can't cross the ball. Nobody in there. Nobody in there at all. It's very easy. But I'll say one thing. They've upped the tempo, and that's going to be the key if they want to get back in this game. They've got to raise it. Chelsea's had a lot of football matches recently, and they're dictating the pace. Liverpool's got up the tempo somehow.
It is Chelsea's 58th game of the season, more than any of the other top-flight teams. It's a campaign that will culminate in Munich a fortnight today. Gerrard. Left by Bellamy for Downing. A little more threat from Liverpool now. Terry.
Agger's obviously pushed him back slightly. Play on, but it's a little good spell for Liverpool without really threatening the goal. They've upped the tempo.
Enrique. There's the diligence of Ramirez on display in that position.
That's what he's good at. He's up and down, he's got good pace. Plays very simple. There's the race. He is quick because Enrique is very quick. Gets there, goes down very easy, but the referee buys it.
His goal the difference. Flag up near side.
See, for Drogba, for me, he's not had a great first half, John. He's lost the ball on many occasions. He's a presence there. Ball comes forward. They can't deal with him. They both miss it, which, all right, matters offside, or he gives a free kick away. But he's a presence, and that's what Liverpool haven't got up front.
Spearing. Glenn Johnson. Daniel Agger. Phil Dow will have to intervene. Agger's been niggled by one or two things of late and seems to have responded.
Well, he is quite fiery at times, isn't he? And he's getting a yellow card for it. He's obviously not happy. He's got to watch what he says. You don't want to go down to 10 men. It's hard enough as it is. Mikel's getting up. Just take the yellow and go back to your position. But it'll be interesting, John, come to half-time now. Will Liverpool change it? Or will he say, I'll give you 10-15 minutes to improve?
Jones, the fourth official, has appeared.
There's a challenge. Look, it is late. He's caught him. All right, makes a bit of a meal of it because he gets up when he sees the yellow card coming out. But it was a foul, and we've seen yellow cards given for challenges like that.
We're expecting one at extra minutes. Skirtle. Craig Bellamy. Suarez. So Andy Carroll with a role to play surely after half-time. Ramirez, the goal scorer in the 11th minute. Maybe a question mark against Spearing, possibly against Enrique, certainly against Pepe Reina in the build-up and scoring of the only goal of this 131st FA Cup final, the first ever tea-time final. Maybe Liverpool think it's an evening kickoff because they ain't played yet. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Well, the five of us have moved to the happier end of the Wembley Stadium, to the Chelsea end. It's not been a great game, Kevin Keegan. Would you agree Chelsea in control?
Absolutely. I think Kenny will have to do an half-time team talk like he did against Everton. Very similar. First half here just a few weeks ago. Liverpool, very poor. And somehow at half-time he got something into the minds and the mentality that they came out and against Everton pulled it back. They need that again today because at the moment you can't see who is going to stand up to and take it on. You know, everyone's playing poorly.
You know, but up until the goal, you made the point that it wasn't a great game. You know, it was quite boring. And although Chelsea have scored and Chelsea have got a good shape, so they're in control, but they're not playing particularly well because they haven't. Drogba has hardly had a touch. Pepe Reina's got nothing to do, so it's not a great game. But what Chelsea have in their favour is obviously they're 1-0 up, so the onus is now on Liverpool to come out. They've got to get a better shape, got to get closer to Suarez because Chelsea are comfortable.
Gus, we were hoping for a classic. It may yet turn into one, you never know. What are your thoughts on that first half?
I think the key is the goal. The game until then it was really controlled. No one wanted to make a mistake. Then the goal comes along. Game changed for 5 minutes, but then it's controlled. So it's the best that can happen to a Chelsea team right now. You know, the best situation for them, no great efforts, just shape, waiting. It's going to be another break, it's going to be another opportunity, and if Liverpool doesn't change, you know, we're going to win the cup. You
agree, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to expend much energy in that first half, Chelsea, did they? And of course, as we know from Robbie Di Matteo and Charles Di Matteo, that's difficult to say. That was half-time crisps. It's been Chelsea are very, very good at just sitting in. Now, the goal when it came was just a catalogue of errors from Liverpool point of view, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First of all, Spearing makes a mistake.
It's a bad mistake, and this is the question mark I have over Enrique, because if Enrique just keeps running back, he gets the ball. Ramirez has got great energy, getting up and down. It's a good finish. Pepe Reina, yes, probably sat down a little bit at his near post, but it, as Craig says, it's a catalogue of mistakes. First from Spearing, and obviously after that as well.
Yeah, and you know, at this time of the game, you never thought where can a goal come? It had to come from a mistake. This, you know, Enrique, he's either got to go, he's almost got to take the man here. I know it sounds terrible, and by a professional foul, but what he can't do is half go there. He hasn't then got the pace, and we said before the game about Ramirez, he has got energy, he has got pace, he's got a terrific engine on him.
It was just the wrong decision. He made 2 or 3 steps sideways.
Yeah.
When the idea or the clear decision was to run backwards.
To run backwards. If he ran backwards, he would have got the ball, but he tried to intercept it first rather than running back, and after that it was all over.
Craig, what about Pepe Reina at his near post?
Well, Pepe Reina in a goal against West Brom the other week, when Odin scored, didn't move, and he's not had a very good couple of weeks. He's obviously coming back after that, silly, stupid little headbutt on James Pertz when he was suspended. But that's poor from the goalkeeper there. You cannot get beaten at the near post. I can see he was trying to read it, but we said a catalogue of errors. Spearing, Enrique, who has been poor defensively coming into this game, and Pepe Reina.
Reina also made a mistake in the 2006 FA Cup final as well that I know it still lives with him. The inexperience in the Liverpool midfield, Kevin, with Jay Spearing and Jordan Henderson, is that causing them difficulties?
I think it'd be unfair just to blame those two, because yes, they are inexperienced and they need help from people around them. Even Steven Gerrard, even at the back, the passing of the ball is very, very slow, you know. And Chelsea are having this is the perfect, if you've got big games coming up, and you're Chelsea, this is the game you want. They're not really being forced on the back foot.
They're two similar teams. You know, they're making nice passes in midfield without going anywhere. The difference for me is the relationship between Drogba and Mata, and Suarez and Gerrard. Because Drogba hasn't done much, but Mata has been able to pick up the pockets in behind Henderson and Spearing and get lots of the ball, which means that Drogba can then stay up front. The problem Suarez has is with Gerrard running everywhere, Suarez has to come off the front, his markers, and go into midfield to get the ball, and then there's just nothing past him. So I think Steven Gerrard has to just hold a position closer to Suarez to allow Suarez to play on the shoulder of John Terry and Ivanovic.
It has been a frustrating first half, Gus, for Liverpool. They seem to be making the passes very much in their own half, not making much ground.
Yeah, we were talking with Kevin during the first half. It is a moment that they pass probably 10 or 20 passes, but they don't go anywhere. Sometimes when you're playing against inexperienced players, that gives you some option because you made them run. You know, they get tired and maybe later on you can use it. Look at Chelsea, they're walking.
But you saw Steven Gerrard there in front of the back four getting the ball. Yeah. He's supposed to be playing like one Mata further forward. And when players run out of positions, it's hard to find them.
But the other problem is there's no ball on forward, so that's why they keep coming square and back, because Suarez is not your front man who's going to run the channels. It's not what he does.
And there's Stuart Downing in the middle of the park. Why Chelsea have a better shape? They've got Kalu and they've got Ramirez holding position to allow one Mata to play in that role.
Yeah, that's the other action we were talking about. You know, you play to Suarez, you need support. If you're going to play to your front man and nobody's going to run and support him, it's not worth it to play forward, because that was the problem in that action. So it's too isolated. It's not the game that he likes to play. That's the worst part. So he's not picking the ball where he wants and go and create something.
What Liverpool might have to do is what they did in that last clip there, was Daniel Agger might have to step out, or Skertel, but preferably Agger might have to step out a little bit more to make that extra man, so as the midfielders can split, the wide boys can push on, and they're going to try and stretch Chelsea, because if you don't stretch Chelsea, as Barcelona found out, even with 10 men, they'll sit there and they'll be difficult.
But who are the wide boys? Because sometimes there's Henderson playing wide, sometimes you see Bellamy coming in.
Well, it should be Bellamy and Downing.
That's what it should be, but the players are running around too much instead of playing in their positions. Chelsea players are in their positions. Liverpool are playing too much.
Whatever happens,
running everywhere.
Gerrard has to get close to Suarez.
Exactly.
And he's going to stay up front.
Liverpool
are going to squeeze it.
100%.
So what does Kenny Dalglish say at half-time in order for that to happen? What does he do in order for that to happen?
Well, as I said, he's going to keep his wide boys wide, if he can, push them on as far as he can, push the Chelsea fullbacks back. Suarez stays up front. You're going to get Gerrard in that little pocket where Mata is. And if it's a centre-half that's going to step out and your midfielders split, then that's what happens, because if you're just playing in front of them all the time and your back four stays in place, Chelsea will just sit in there and say, OK, break us down.
Yeah. You've got to remember that this Chelsea side played against Barcelona and over 2 games. So playing against this Liverpool side today, they can't believe it, because they haven't got a Messi. They haven't got those type of players who cause them problems. But they do need width, you're right, John, and they need to play at a quicker pace. You're not going to cause these quality players in the Chelsea side, experienced players, problems by just passing it, moving.
That one is coming.
Nowhere.
It's coming to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, right now, or sooner, or after 15 minutes, you put Carroll and avoid all the area and go over them.
Yeah.
Okay, so width is the key from up here for Liverpool. Let's see if Martin Keown agrees. He's upstairs in the ESPN technical area alongside Alison Bender.
Thanks very much, Rebecca. Yeah, I think Martin's inclined to agree with what Craig Burley was just saying, expanding on that point. Obviously, we looked at defensive errors for the goal, but you want to talk about fullbacks getting themselves back into the game.
I think they need to do more with the current system that they have, and it will come from their fullbacks. You know, just taking Johnson as an example and Bellamy on this side, I think when they're getting possession of the ball at the moment, they're just playing balls into midfield, into the back line. If they go inside with it, and then they can make those runs, down the line. Bellamy maybe comes inside, and Henderson can be available for that pass, but there isn't enough movement, so they can't get past first base.
Yeah.
They can't get into midfield, and then we can't even think about playing it to Suarez, who's surviving on scraps up there and isn't really retaining possession.
Yeah, and he looks, it cuts a bit of a frustrated figure at the moment, Suarez.
Well, that's right, and if we look at the video, you know, of that situation, you know, there they are playing the ball across the back all the time. There's not enough pace about the passes. It's almost like, this is just enough. No, now they're behind in the game. They've got to move the ball much quicker. And this is where, you know, you want to see one of the fullbacks getting forward. When he plays that ball inside, he should be on his bike and getting forward. But he's not affecting the game. It's just too safe. And they're not shifting and making this Chelsea team work at all.
So, Martin, you don't think necessarily they need to make any changes, but the players that are on the pitch, they need a change in attitude, if you like, to be a bit more committed?
Kenny will give them the first 10 or 15 minutes to go with the same. Listen, it might just be a ball from, you know, into the box for Carroll in the end to get on the end of something. Chelsea might not enjoy that, but for now, there's more you can do with this current team.
OK. Martin, thanks very much. So, Martin does seem to be in agreement with you guys there, pitch side. So, back to you, Rebecca.
Alison, thank you very much. Gus, you mentioned the possibility of Andy Carroll on after maybe 55, 60 minutes.
Well, it should be. I mean, sometimes managers, we go crazy and we do it straight away at half-time. It's a final. You need to, you know, keep calm. But without any doubt, if it doesn't change the way they play, and he's going to bring Carroll for sure. He's going to give now Suarez the position that we are asking Steven Gerrard to do it. Then Gerrard will be where he's playing now, and that will give an extra option.
That last little clip there that we just showed as Martin was talking there, as Liverpool were passing it around the back, we were watching it and saying, look at that little pocket in behind the Chelsea midfield. There was nobody in there. If Gerrard can get himself in there and they can stick a quick ball into him, as Kevin mentioned, pacey in possession,
then he can really
speed, he can get turned. Chelsea can't get set. If Chelsea get set, tough for Liverpool.
Kevin, we talked, or Liverpool fans I should say, shouldn't be too disappointed, because we talked about all this at half-time in the semi-final against Everton, and boy did they turn it around.
Yeah, I think another big team talk from Kenny at half-time. I think he'll definitely give them 10, 15 minutes. I certainly wouldn't. Just say to them, look, guys, I've picked you for this match. I believe in you. You've got to go out and believe in yourself. I'll give you 15 minutes and then I'll make changes. And I think 5 or 6 of them will think it could be me coming off. And that may motivate them. But at the moment, if it goes on like this, he has to make maybe 1 and possibly even 2 changes, which I think he can make off the bench.
Well, Carroll isn't warming up at the moment behind us. So at the moment, no sign of that. He is still in the dressing room. Well, it's a fantastic day here at Wembley today, and it's all part of what's been a great year of top quality sport on ESPN, and there is much more to come.
They've been preparing for this moment for the last 6 weeks.
A brand new season.
Opening weekend, the return to the bright lights.
The drama starts here. This is ESPN.
Joy Stubbsy and the boys.
It's showtime.
Ring, chance, goal!
Great stuff. Let's cross back to the FA Club, because Alison Bender is with a former Chelsea manager.
Yes, I am indeed. Claudio Ranieri joins me now for a bit of half-time analysis. Claudio, it was a bit of a cagey start from both teams matching each other, but then after just 11 minutes, Ramirez with a goal. He's been a revelation for Chelsea this season.
I think so, because Ramirez has scored his 11 goals in this season. He's a great player, has good skill, and also scored a goal. That is very good for Chelsea.
Do you feel that Chelsea can hang on to the lead? Do you feel that there's an idea that Liverpool can get back into things the way that things are looking at the moment?
I think Liverpool had to do something more now, because he's losing, had to push a little more. But Chelsea is very calm, play well, is a deep, don't risk. Maybe they had to score to reopen the match.
If you were Kenny Dalglish right now, what will you be doing? What changes will you implement? Do you think you need to bring anyone on?
It's difficult to say now, but Dalglish maybe put another striker in front to help Suarez, because he's too alone.
Yeah, Andy Carroll perhaps would be the right man to be alongside Luis Suarez.
Yes, maybe Carroll and Suarez could do something more than they did.
Okay, Claudio, for now, thanks very much. We'll be back with you at full time. Back to you, Rebecca.
Thanks, Alison. Well, Ramirez has been the difference here at Wembley, and every time he has scored for Chelsea this season so far, they've never lost.
I've got to say,
Bex, we're hearing no changes at the moment from either dressing room. What do you think Roberto Di Matteo would have been saying to his Chelsea players?
Robbie will keep the same. I think the plan was anyway, even a nil-nil will keep the same. It's a way that Chelsea is happy to play. Holding, making difficult for the position, breaking or playing off Drogba. Now they are winning, it's even better, so it's perfection for Chelsea.
It would have been the same had Liverpool been 1-0 up. Liverpool would just have to sit back and defend, and Chelsea won't do anything unless, you know, Carroll comes on, maybe they'll change it, but Chelsea don't have to do a thing.
Kevin, you still positive for Liverpool?
Yeah, only because of what happened in the last...
Hopeful.
Yeah, hopeful more than positive. I want to see this man in particular get nearer Suarez. Yeah. If they can do that, and maybe later on Carroll coming on, you see them there in the background, then Liverpool can get something out of this game. But, another 45 minutes like the first 45, there's nothing here for them today. OK, the players are ready for the second half of the 131st FA Cup final. Chelsea have the advantage. It's back to Chris Waddle and John Champion.
Well, the only team since 1946 to win the Cup, having changed their manager during their Cup run, are Chelsea. 3 years ago when Gus Hiddink replaced Phil Scolari. And there's a chance of history repeating itself here. Roberto Di Matteo's team, a goal to the good. And certainly worth that lead, if not a greater lead. Ramirez with the only goal in the 11th minute. And no changes by either side as Phil Dowd prepares to get this second half going. Weather overhead has changed. Rather threatening skies above the Wembley Arch. Liverpool with 45 minutes to try and turn their season into something meaningful. All they have to show for all that expenditure is the Carling Cup. It won't be deemed enough. If it's a cup double, maybe it buys them a bit more time.
Well, I think what they've done, which is positive, Spearman and Gerrard centre midfield, Henderson right, Bellamy goes up front with Suarez, and they've gone 4-4-2. And they've got to start up the tempo, ask questions.
So change of formation, but not of personnel by Kenny Dalglish. Gerrard. And those that have been retained do have the constant reminder of Andy Carroll, who's warming up ever more vigorously.
I'm sure they'll have said, look, let's play high up the field, because if they do turn, listen, you're not telling me the two centre-halves are not as quick as Didier Drogba. He's not going to turn them and run them behind.
Salomon Kalou. Ashley Cole raiding forward.
Good options to his right, if he just got that pass through.
Gerrard. And how many comebacks has he inspired down the years? Henderson. Johnson. Trip and a tumble, but no foul apparently, so goal kick. In fact, a corner's been given now on the advice of the assistant referee.
Can't see where. No, not for me. It's a goal kick. He's looking for the free kick, doesn't get it. Just give a corner. Strange decision.
Well, that'll be contested by Chelsea if it leads to an equalising goal. Agger is a late arrival for this. Bellamy's kick is poor. Meat and drink for Lampard at the near post.
No, it's a set piece. He didn't really get the referee's favour, did he? Really just looking for a decent delivery early in the second half.
It's perhaps where they missed Charlie Adam. Drogba caught by Johnson. Former teammates.
Well, I don't see the free kick in this neither. That's 2 decisions they've got wrong second half already.
We're now just having words with Ashley Cole and John Terry. It's not usually short of things to say on the field of play, this referee. The player gives him a volley, tends to return it with interest. Kalu. Cole. It's a corner, no doubt about that one.
That was so easy, wasn't it? Simple free kick into the feet. Alice Cole just follows it, earns a corner out of that. Poor defending.
Lampard. Bit of wrestling going on, too much for the referee's liking. Involving primarily John Terry.
Well, I think they're both at each other. I don't see how he can favour... Oh, Skittles all over John Terry. Look at that. Skittles will not John Terry move, look. How can you foul John Terry on that?
She's getting increasingly frustrated. Liverpool's first cup final since 2006. Thriller against West Ham at the Millennium Stadium. And they had to come from behind that day. Enrique. Liverpool attacking what is the makeshift Kop end of Wembley. 25,000 Liverpool supporters inside. Gerrard's. Well, the idea was nice. Question was asked not by the player but by the fans.
No, he just ran in the back of the van. It was a great run, goes past Lampard, tries to flick it one way and go the other.
Henderson. Agger. Suarez, deftly for Downing. Henderson. Kalu. Lampard. Mata. Goalkeeper was rooted as Agger dealt with it.
Well, the game's starting to open up now. Liverpool having a few attacks. All right, Chelsea look good on the counter-attack.
Should make it a better game. Mikel. Lampard. Here's Drogba. Didier Drogba! The first man to score in 4 FA Cup finals. Chelsea's Wembley wonder does it again.
I've got to say, John, he hasn't had the best game. I've seen him play. He sticks at it, he's a presence, he works for the team. Well, that was a typical Drogba goal. Just receives it, half a yard, hits it, knows where the goal is, hits it nice and early. It's a good move. Lampard, lovely reverse pass to Drogba. There you are, just slips his spear in. But he just gets that yard, look, the defender backs off. He just wants that half a yard. He pulls the trigger nice and early. Look, there you go. Reina can't get a position off it. And it goes in the bottom corner. Not the best touch, but good hit early. Bottom corner. And that's what he does well, Drogba. Never afraid to miss, all right, through the legs of skill. But it's the old saying, you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle.
And well, Chelsea playing a cup final, the price of the ticket usually includes a Didier Drogba goal. 8 times he scored beneath the arch And he equals Ian Rush's record of 5 goals in FA Cup finals. But Drogba is the first to score in 4 different games. And that will bring Andy Carroll off the bench. Drogba. Mata. And now Liverpool find themselves where they were in 2006, 2 goals behind. And that day, Gerrard inspired the fight back.
Well, you need the captain now. Simple as that. I think Andy Carroll can make a difference. I think Liverpool will attack more. Obviously, there's a tempo, but Chelsea can pick them off.
Suarez. Liverpool desperately need something. And Terry will clear up. Kalou. Game definitely more stretched now. Mata. Ramirez. That's Skirtle. And here's Drogba. And again Drogba, but the whistle had already gone. And so, Didier Drogba, having stamped his mark on yet another state occasion of English football. Liverpool have taken note, and they are bringing on their totemic striker. Spearing, the midfielder who was partially at fault for the first goal, is withdrawn. And now Liverpool, Suarez and Carroll as a unit.
Yeah, Andy Carroll, very much a presence up there. You've got to get the ball up to him and feed off him and get close to him. Bellamy goes back to the right wing, down and on the left. Gerrard will sit in midfield, and Enrique's just done an awful pass, which is give Ramirez.
Ramirez it is for Chelsea. There's no appeal for a foul there. Gerrard brings it away. The new Wembley and Didier Drogba seem to have been made for one another. Mata. Juan Mata. Not quite enough by way of elevation.
No, he didn't get it right, but he has got the quality and the ability. Kalou's gone down injured, John. I don't know if Liverpool will put it out or put up Andy Carroll. I was looking for Suarez, who ran the other way.
There is an injury problem here for Chelsea. Kalou is down. He's being attended to by the scorer of the second goal, Didier Drogba, whose future is anything but certain with Chelsea. Rumours persist that he's off to China.
It's a great ball by Lampard. His first touch is not great. Look, he bobbles it between them. That's what he does well. Knows where the goal is, hits it early. Yeah, people say it went through Skirtle's legs, but he hits it nice and early, and the celebration wasn't bad neither.
Mean, moody, and if you're a Chelsea supporter, you would have to say magnificent. What a contribution he's made to the past decade. The most successful spell in Chelsea's rich and varied history. And they certainly don't want to see him go. The word is that he'd sign another deal if the terms were right. There are so many uncertainties over the future of Chelsea at this moment in time.
I think he's always enjoyed the challenge, John. You know, when they bring a guy in, they bring in Torres, and he thinks, I can keep this number, I can keep the centre-forward role. Before that, Shevchenko was it a ride, a lot of money, I can keep him up the team as well, and he's done it.
Whoever Abramovich decides to bring in, it's the original version, Didier Drogba, that puts the rest in the shade. May not be able to do it every week now, at the age of 34. But he's the man for the special big occasion. And Liverpool have to show the resolve and the character, which has been a hallmark of their club down the years. Carroll. time. There's opportunity for them. Johnson. Carroll was lurking. It's the end at which he scored the winner in the semi-final.
He's already became a presence in the match. You can see that he's just brought one down, got it weighed. That time, Ivanovic, wonderful position just before him, blocks him off and heads it away. But, Liverpool have just got to throw everything at it now. Raise the tempo and just go for it. Nothing to lose.
Chelsea supporters are matching their team's efforts at the moment. Bouncing up and down at the west end of the stadium. Drogba. Ramirez. Lampard. Kalou now recovered. Salomon Kalou wrapped the instep around it quite enough.
Well, you can be a little bit critical. Should you wrote Lampard in, but he did a little step over, got enough space, John. Just execution wasn't good enough. He didn't wrap his foot around it enough, and it goes wide. But Chelsea on the counter-attack look like they're going to score every time. Liverpool just can't get Suarez in the game. First half, he Andy Carroll on. Suarez he's drifting around trying to get in this game. He's had no impact.
Downing.
Well, here's the goal again. He hits it nice and early. Look, he knows where the goal is, never looks at the goal, knows where it is. Good strikers do. All right, people say he's fortunate it's gone to Skirtle's legs, but he hit it early. Reina couldn't get a position. Goes in the bottom corner. Great goal.
Chelsea's hour, not yet Chelsea's cup. Downing. Suarez. Came off Mikel. Here's Drogba. Lampard. Now Kalou. Oh, that's neat from Drogba. And as he drew back his leg, Suarez caught it. And the referee took a tumble too.
I thought Suarez brought the referee down there, not Drogba, the way he went down. I think he felt well, he's going to get kicked, and he goes to say, "What's the referee? Oh, he's just got out of the picture." Suarez is unlucky. It's a great dive by Drogba, by the way, after, but
I thought that was a dive by the ref as well, frankly.
Can't yellow card yourself though, can you?
Well, one big name player has stepped up to the plate in Drogba. Suarez has yet to follow suit. What's going through Lampard's mind here?
Well, 2-0 up, hit it. Just hit it at the target. The balls move everywhere, hit it.
Lampard off the long run, it swerved. Reina in the end reasonably confident that it was swerving wide.
It's a good effort, long way out, a lot of power, ball moves everywhere. Reina would have had it anyway, but it's a good effort, look. Just moves away off the target. Worth an effort, 2-0 up.
Chelsea, two-thirds of the way towards a fourth FA Cup win in 6 seasons. Suarez. And here's Mata. Ramirez outside him. Lampard. Kalou. Mata. Drogba.
There's only one thing indeed in Drogba's mind when that ball come to him. He was always going to shoot. Doesn't matter how it came to him, he was going to have his pocket a shot, yeah, and he does. He strikes it well, just kind of hit the target. In his main, Mata does well to flick it over to him. He wants to shoot across the goal, goes in the side net.
Suarez. It's Basingwa. Oh, it'll come for Carroll. Andy Carroll. Liverpool are back in this final. And the ponytail striker who decided the semi-final reinvigorates the showpiece occasion.
Oh, we were saying he should have been on earlier. That is a great goal because he should have hit it first time. I think it's Basingwa who messes up. Basingwa here tries to clear it. It's a good challenge. He's onside. And there for me, hit it. He doesn't. He never panics. Goes back onto his left. Beats John Terry into the roof of the net. It's a great goal by Andy Carroll. Little trick. High into the roof of the net. Now Liverpool back in it. Look at that. Quick feet. Sends John Terry the wrong way. High up above check. Roof of the net. 2-1 game on.
He'd been on the pitch for 8.5 minutes. Well, the first half, frankly, was very disappointing. But we've got the makings of a proper final now.
There's the goal again. Great feat for the big man. Beats John Terry, and it's a great finish up into the roof. Check goes down maybe a little bit too early. Will not take anything away from that finish. It's got the crowd going, and hopefully it's got Liverpool going. We've got the game on now.
Liverpool fans turn to holler their team on. Suarez. Carroll. Henderson.
They've actually found the tempo. It took them 64 minutes or 63 minutes it was. They've actually got it together now. Suarez, ball, Andy Carroll again involved. Not a good strike by Henderson. Not better by Liverpool though.
John Terry, definitely with rather more to think about now. He and Ivanovic, with Carroll contesting every aerial challenge. Just in the air that he's doing his damage. Neat for Bellamy. 3 waiting for him. Picks off the top of Terry's scalp. Enrique. Gerrard. Downing. Glenn Johnson.
It's a terrific spell. We're waiting for Liverpool to turn up. It took them 63 minutes. They've scored a great goal, and now they're all over them. They've raised the tempo, and Chelsea do look unsettled and a little bit leggy.
Well, there are Liverpool shirts of many different varieties, different club sponsors, different designs. John W. Henry and his wife Linda Pizzuti. Beginning to understand just how an occasion like this can grip you. Two finals, 2 wins for Di Matteo as a player. Suarez. Johnson. Bellamy. Suarez.
Well, they're a different team. They've actually got after Chelsea. They're pressing them high up the field. And they're moving the ball quickly, and they're getting the ball to Andy Carroll in the box, who's causing problems.
Carroll. Ivanovic pushed by Downing.
What was Stewie Downing doing there? Great pace by Ivanovic, by the way. Lovely ball by Carroll. You fancy Downing when he started sprinting. Ivanovic, terrific turn of pace, and Stewie Downing doesn't need to push him. Here's the goal, great feet, tall guy, roof of the net. For me, check goes down a little bit early. If he stands his ground, possibly an easy save for him.
Of that, Di Matteo, very similar to Ancelotti in that when he's angry he curses in Italian. And from those that know Di Matteo, by the way, is that nothing has been said to him about the possibility of becoming Chelsea's long-term manager, or as long-term as a Chelsea manager ever is. As much in the dark as everyone else. Enrique, it's not to say he won't be without offers if he doesn't get the job. Gerrard. Bellamy. Johnson. Gerrard. Make contact with Carroll. There's Downing. Carroll is all over this. There's Gerrard.
I know about the West Ham game, was lining up with Steven Gerrard there to put them back into the game, wasn't it, like he did at Cardiff that time. Andy Carroll again, since he's come on, he's been absolutely excellent. Look at that header there, and you'd fancy Steven Gerrard with the technique he's got. Oh.
Mention of forthcoming attractions on ESPN, including the semi-final of the Aviva Premiership Rugby next Saturday. And then in 3 weeks' time, the final itself.
And there's the flick. Ivanovic does very, very well. Reads it, thinks Andy Carroll is going to win it. He does. Just steps up on Suarez.
Lampard. Chelsea trying to reassert their authority over this final.
We'll have a stiffer test against the team in red in a few weeks' time.
Yep. Henderson.
That's a terrific run by Jordan Henderson. He's just got a bit. Slow down, compose yourself, relax. I think Chelsea need a couple of fresh legs in this team. They've just come off the pace, give Liverpool credit. Through that man, they've raised the tempo and changed the game.
Torres is out there just to try and catch the eye of his manager, who has been sent to warm up. Find out in the next few minutes. Downing. Bellamy. Brushing off Mata. Suarez has found an angle and gets a check called into meaningful action.
That's the first we really saw. Luis Suarez, what we know he's good at. Cuts inside, dips his shoulder a couple of times, thinks about the shot. That would have went probably in the bottom corner. Check takes no chances.
Gerrard with the corner short. Enrique. Agger.
John Chelsea have switched off, and you know, if he's got 3 subs warming up, I think he needs to freshen up. Maybe Morella's coming on for Kalou or somebody in the midfield. Mata looks tired. He's got to change it because it's all Liverpool.
Suarez. Downing. Ivanovic. Enrique wants it back. There's only Suarez in the middle for him. Then Carroll arrived.
He lands on Craig Bellamy. Will not be too happy about that. He does like a moan, doesn't he? But again, Liverpool, they look flat. Chelsea run out of steam. And it's all Liverpool looking a bit of quality. And Carroll comes really late, just can't get above it. Heads it high and wide. But Chelsea have got to do something. They've got to change it.
Liverpool were the last to win the cup from 2 down 6 years ago. It's not happened very often in cup history. They did so with the aid of extra time and penalties. Last team to achieve it without spot kicks in the days before them, Everton in 1966 against Sheffield Wednesday. Trebilco and Derek Temple. Stuart Downing. Ashley Cole. Johnson. Suarez. Johnson's ball. Andy Carroll's header.
I just think if he started first half, he has rattled these 2 centre-halves since he's come on. Full energy, scored a great goal, and he's a presence. Just hang the ball in there, look at that. Just simple cross, gets up nice and early. He's trying to claim a corner out of it, which Phil will have nothing to do with. And he has a substitution.
Now Morelos for Ramirez. One player who will be suspended for the Champions League final, replacing another.
Well, Ramirez had a good game, scored. Always does a shift for the team. He did look a little bit tired towards the end. Morelos comes into midfield. Kalou goes to the right. Mata goes to the left.
He's done his bit, but it's for others with fresher legs to try and see Chelsea through. Drogba has stayed down. I think it's clear where the problem is.
Yep. It's definitely not his calf. There he goes. There's a slips here. He's saying his groin's hurt. No. I would actually look to put Torres on. I think Drogba looks tired now. I think he's done his work. He scored his goal. He's put a shift in. I would say to Torres, can you get up there, be a presence like he has been, get a hold of the ball forward, because we can't get up the field.
Not a man who ever gives much away. Roberto Di Matteo, but his hand may be forced here. And Dirk Kuyt is being sent on by Kenny Dalglish. Been a season that Count will remember with particular affection. He struggled for a starting role with regularity, but he remains hugely popular amongst the Liverpool fans.
I know, he can nick a goal, and getting that box works very, very hard for the team. Down the right side.
Liverpool strikers of the reasonably distant past, Ian St John and John Aldridge. Both have written chapters in cup history. Drogba's back on. And Gerrard has arrowed one all the way across to Downing. Salomon Kalou. Drogba. Count's first touch. Edison. Downing. It's in again, Suarez. Henderson.
Luis Suarez, odd glimpse of him today. Not performed to what we expect from him. Definitely not. He did at Carrow Road. Just there, great position. He's been in a few good positions, wasted it, and Henderson's got hit a target. Torres has been called back.
Liverpool have a habit of scoring late in FA Cup finals. They trailed Arsenal at this stage in 2001. Michael Owen turned that one around. Gerrard's equaliser in 2006 was in stoppage time. And here is Steven Gerrard. Glenn Johnson. Suarez. Carroll! It's not been given. Liverpool are convinced, and Suarez and Henderson have gone across full of bile into the face of the referee's assistant, Andy Garrett, who has flagged. Phil Dowd has got some sorting out to do now.
Well, I'm going to say it's a great save. I think Andy Carroll should score. We'll see.
I'm also just wondering about the degree of the dissent that was shown.
He has the incident, John. Andy Carroll should score. Oh, I don't know. Is the whole ball over? I'll say no. I'll say no. I don't think the whole ball. It might get a better angle from me. No, I think it's a great save. I think that is a great save by Petr. Andy Carroll should score. I don't think the whole ball crossed the line.
Well, it wasn't given. And as such, it goes down as a stupendous save. Suarez. Liverpool a fraction away from a dramatic equaliser. Morelos. Gerrard. Cout. For the second big match running at Wembley Stadium, we have the debate over goal line technology. Chelsea benefited in the semi. Yellow card for Suarez's protests. There are echoes too of Garcia's ghost goal.
Well, this is the best angle we've got. For me, the whole ball has not gone over. You can still see some of the ball which hasn't crossed the lane. That is a very hard decision for the linesman to give. I think that's a great save. Andy Carroll should score. I don't think that's crossed the lane. From where we are, the whole ball has not crossed the lane.
The only thing is, Chris, we're not directly above, are we there? We're slightly off. Does that make a difference?
Well, if you're the linesman, it's a big decision to give, and obviously it's a big decision not to give. The heat of the moment, he was probably not on the byline either, linesman. He was probably 10 yards or maybe he's more higher up the field. Best angle himself. And as you say, John, technology would have sorted it out in 5 seconds, but we'll not use it.
It is hugely contentious.
Here it is, look. I don't think it's gone in, John. I just don't. From the angles we've got, this is the best you've got, that one there. I think half the ball possibly, but not all of the ball.
What is it about Wembley, and was the ball over the line or not? Well, Dalglish is saying it was over by a margin, but he would. And how can he tell from 50 yards away? Mourinho insists to this day that infamous goal by Luis Garcia in a Champions League semi-final in 2005 didn't cross the line. What we can say with certainty is that such is the frequency now of these incidents in big games that it has to be sorted out. It's no longer a debate, it's an urgent need. Enrique. Question is, was it hands? The answer is, never mind that, it's a corner.
It's a corner. Kalua's looking for the free kick off Andy Carroll's challenge. It's just hit him, it's gone out. You take the corner.
Ivanovic. Johnson. Liverpool feeling wronged. Here's Skirtle! And it just eluded Daniel Agger. Carroll, then Henderson. Referee's blown for a free kick. John Obi Mikel's penalised, who's already been booked.
I've got to say, Chelsea just ran out of steam. Since Andy Carroll came on and scored, they've just run out of steam. There you go. Oh, he's unlucky, really, hasn't he? He's slipped a bit and he's played the ball with his other foot. But this is a good position. Luis Suarez is lining it up. Skirtle, what an opportunity. Bad first touch. And then he's lucky enough it comes out to a Chelsea player.
So one-sided before half-time. Utterly gripping since. Time against Liverpool. A major decision, in their eyes at least, against Liverpool. Steven Gerrard.
I think Drogba broke from the wall. Maybe it was about 7-8 yards away when it comes off him, I think. It's a corner again. It's all Liverpool.
And they need to get Andy Carroll into play again here. Downing to deliver. Phil Dowd just saying to Daniel Agger and Ivanovic to calm things down a bit. Henderson up, beaten by Lampard. Mata. Skirtle doesn't spend much time on the right wing. It's on a corner.
Well, they keep asking questions. Got to say, I can't believe how Chelsea's come so much off the pace. Give Liverpool credit, they've upped the tempo. They were poor for an hour, but they've just pushed them back, and every time now it's just Liverpool attack after attack.
Liverpool knocking insistently at Chelsea's door. Stuart Downing. Johnson. Suarez now. Ashley Cole, the defender. It's another corner.
Well, Ashley Cole knew that. I don't know why he didn't try and play it away, but there's a quick corner.
Henderson. Johnson. Glenn Johnson. They've asked for hands against Lampard, and Chelsea can break here. Salomon Kalou, Carroll of all people, getting back to try and face him. Andy Carroll has made a huge difference to Liverpool. Chelsea are making ready another substitute, and we're expecting 5 additional minutes here.
And it's Malouda going to come on. So he'll just play this left-hand side, but they've been so much under pressure. They've had a lot of hard games recently, Chelsea, we know that. They can show on the legs, they're feeling the pace.
Well, here's another player who has had a moment of cup final controversy in the past. 2009, Chelsea were 2-1 up on Everton, so no one talks about it, but Malouda had a shot that hit the bar, came down behind the line, and that goal wasn't given. He's replacing Juan Mata. And Liverpool supporters in the background, encouraged by the 5 on the electronic board for the additional time. They're also frustrated by the length of time it's taking Mata to leave the pitch. Draws led by the doctor, Eva Carneiro. Downing, Suarez, Andy Carroll, another big chance. Block was by Terry. Didn't catch it as he would have wanted though. Enrique, Downing. Skirtle, Count. It's asking a lot of Johnson.
Anyway, he'll do at the moment. Andy Carroll, what a chance again. I don't think it was on target, John. I think it ended up going across the middle of between the 6-yard box and the goal line.
Skirtle, Agger, check without a challenge. Too much. 2.5 minutes. Such as technology that fans around Wembley are able to check out their own view on whether it was or wasn't over the line, that thumping Carroll header that somehow Czech got to. History will say it didn't cross the line, and that's all that matters now. Agger. Gerrards. Chelsea will allow that to drift behind.
At the moment there, John, I was counting. Chelsea were playing a back six. Six in a line they were.
Budweiser, man of the crowd, the recently departed Spaniard. Could be the start of a golden fortnight for Chelsea. If it is to be defeat for Liverpool, it'll increase the depth of the inquests into their season. Drogba is taken down. Chelsea will milk this for time.
Definitely no rush, you can see that. Didier Drogba will probably want to take this. It's his distance. He fancies chances again. Lampard's lining it up.
Caretaker manager, a minute or so away from getting his hands on a major trophy. Just as Gus Hiddink did in a similar Red Adair capacity 3 years ago. Drogba has drifted away, leaving Lampard centre stage. Lampard it is, forcing the save from Reina. Hit and hope for Liverpool. Carroll, Morelos. Goalkeeper came out, he's stranded now. Skirtle keeps Liverpool alive, but for how much longer? Flora Malouda. Lampard, Chelsea, just trying to suck the last remaining life out of Liverpool. Such a dramatic second half. And the questions won't end with the final whistle. Malouda. Liverpool can do nothing without the ball. Been a little bit of time wasting. Whistle at the referee's lips. The men from the King's Road are kings of Wembley again. Roberto Di Matteo leads the jig. Didier Drogba has won the FA Cup for Chelsea. For the third time, he has scored the decisive goal. Ramirez was the player who gave them the half-time advantage. There was a truly gripping comeback from Liverpool. In 2 weeks' time, Chelsea will stride out in Munich, and they will do so boosted by their victory in the FA Cup final on home soil. Andy Carroll almost single-handedly dragged Liverpool back into this final, and but for one hugely controversial decision, we might well have been heading for extra time. Somewhere in Portugal, Andre Villas-Boas will be shaking his head in disbelief at the transformation. For the fourth time in 6 seasons, it is Chelsea whose name is being engraved on the most famous trophy in English football. Chris Waddle, your thoughts?
Well, I've got to say, I thought Chelsea for 63 minutes were excellent, controlled the game. And people say Liverpool didn't play high enough, didn't do this, didn't do that. I definitely think they should have started Andy Carroll when you look back at this from the games went. When Andy Carroll came on, it became a different game. Chelsea did tire, there's no doubt about that, but Andy Carroll was a bit of a pest for them. Scored a goal, could have scored another. Wonderful save by Cech. Well, it was over the line, was it not? We'll never know. But overall, I just think Chelsea edged it over the 95 minutes they played. I'd give Liverpool credit for the last half-hour performance, was excellent.
So, for the 5th time in 6 seasons, the winners are the team wearing blue rather than feeling blue. And John Terry is down and ready to talk to us on the pitch now.
John, just sum up these scenes.
Delighted.
You know, it was tough when Andy come on late on in the second half for them and made things very difficult.
David Luiz, the team joker. Here we go. It was tough late on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough, but you know, we dug in. That's what we're all about. You know, digging in deep. You know, Didier chasing back the last minute, making blocks as well. Everyone, you know, fantastic.
That Petr Cech save, Andy Carroll header. What did you think at that moment?
Incredible. I mean, when he rose, you know, you're thinking goal, but a great stop from Pete and a great clearance off the line from Eva as well. But a great all-round performance and a great day for the lads again.
Liverpool obviously think it was over the line. What did you think? What was your view?
No, I spoke honestly in the semi. That one weren't over.
Tell me about Roberto Di Matteo. You obviously are backing him to get the job, aren't you? I saw what you said this week.
He's been fantastic. You know, we've got one more to go, then we can start speaking about that then.
Well done.
Petr, first of all, tell us about the save from Andy Carroll, which was so crucial. Was your instinct that you kept it out?
Well, I knew that the ball is coming there. I saw him arriving, and obviously I had no time, and so I tried to get there as soon as possible. And obviously I had a lot of luck that I managed to get it underneath the crossbar, off the crossbar and out. And Ivanovic did really well to clear it. So it was a crucial moment, because at that moment, I think if they scored, it would have been a different story.
Now you take in these scenes, how does it feel?
It's fantastic. I won it 4 times already. And no matter how many times you win this cup, if you look around the fantastic stadium and the atmosphere, I love playing that, so I really enjoy it.
Do you think a few months ago you could have envisaged this day?
It was hard, but I think that's why we deserve a lot of credit, because we were almost buried, and now we have the cup and we have another final coming up.
Thanks, Petr.
Didier, you love the FA Cup final, don't you?
I love playing with the blue shirt. You know, I'm very happy. Wembley again. You know, 4th cup in 8 years. You know, it's fantastic for the club. I think the season wasn't the best when we started, and now everybody is cheering, and it's good. It's fantastic.
What is it about Wembley? 8 goals in 8 appearances.
I don't know. I think the game dictates how we have to play, and I mean, I'm here to finish, to score goals, and when I have some chances, I try to do them, and I don't know what to say. I'm just happy.
You've broken all sorts of records today. I'll let him go. He's off.
He's off to milk the scenes, Didier Drogba, as he may not get the chance again, but if it is to be farewell, what a way to say goodbye. The first man to score in 4 FA Cup finals, and just a thought as well on the goalkeeper Petr Cech. We've probably just seen what will become the most talked about FA Cup final save since Jim Montgomery in 1973 from Peter Lorimer.
Well, it will. If you're the red side of the stadium, you'll say it was it was over the line, and the blue side will say it wasn't. From where we got in the camera angles we had, I'll definitely say the whole ball didn't cross the line. Given the benefit of the doubt, it was a great reaction save. We all thought goal. Andy Carroll coming in, far post. We thought goal. And Petr Cech gambles off the bar, they clear it. Wonderful save.
Well, there are so many major players in the Chelsea side. Frank Lampard is the man we can hear from now.
Frank, I suppose it doesn't matter how many times it happens, it still feels just as sweet, does it?
Yeah, it does. You know, every time you get a little bit older, you know it doesn't go on forever, and the days become more special, and today's another one of them.
You can take in these scenes, we can have a walk along if you like and have a wave at the fans, but just tell us how tight the game was today as well, because it was a really tough second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, at 2-0 it wasn't. We got sloppy, we were too comfortable. They brought on Andy Carroll, that changed the whole dimension of the game, and they stuck it into him, and then we had to dig in, and we did it in the end.
Would you say overall you really deserved it?
Yeah, I think we did. As I say, at 2-0 we were comfortable, we were kicking ourselves for letting them back in the game, really. Fair play to Liverpool, they threw everything at us at the end, but we held firm.
And what sort of confidence do you take from this into Munich in a few weeks' time?
Well, it's a completely different game, a very, very tough game, but it can only help that we've won today.
I know you want to enjoy the celebrations. Off you go.
Thanks so much. Thanks a lot, Drogba.
Well, if the old guard were the problem, they seem to have become the solution, for the time being at least. Chelsea have gone back to the future to find success again, but Kenny Dalglish, whose eyes seem moist with emotion, is left to think of what might have been, whilst his counterpart, Roberto Di Matteo, can tell us what he thinks.
Roberto, you've done this as a player, you've done it as a manager as well now. Sum up how you feel.
Well, I have to say it feels great as a player and as a manager. I think even more so as a coach, because you have a bigger responsibility, and I have to say these players have made Chelsea Football Club proud today.
Is it better as a manager?
Well, it's very exciting, I have to say. I mean, you know, the emotions today in the game as well, there were ups and downs, and when they got...
David Luiz's in all these interviews. He didn't even play today. Roberto, sum up the last few moments. It must have been nervy.
Yeah, it was, obviously. I mean, we had a nice 2-0 lead, and I think we deserved it as well, but they did very well in the second half to get back into the game, and it was a bit nervy towards the end, obviously, with that scoreline, but we managed to get it over the line.
Liverpool thought they'd scored. Obviously, one went for you in the semi-final. Did you think it was over the line when Andy Carroll headed?
I couldn't see, but I looked at the linesman and he didn't seem to show for the goal. So
we'll talk to you again inside, Robbie. Thanks very much. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Juan, you were the ESPN man of the match. Fantastic game. What's it like to win the FA Cup?
Thank you very much. It's amazing, amazing. It's one of my best days here. My first title against a great team like Liverpool in Wembley. It's an amazing day for me.
Ramirez finished off that chance so well in the first half, as he has been doing recently. Just tell us how valuable he's been to the team.
Yeah, Rami's a very good player for us. He's so fast. We have two fast wingers with Rami, with Kalou, with Starwich. We have a lot of squeaky players. And I think we played really well. Liverpool in the last minutes, of course, they had chances to score, but finally we are champions.
I know, of course, you've won the Spanish Cup before. How did the intensity of that second half compare to what you were used to with the way Liverpool came back at you?
Yeah, the second half was very hard. Liverpool, with Carroll, with long balls, they had chances to score, but I think we defend really well. Peter as well has a great game for us. Peter is very important for us. And now we are going to my first title here, so I'm very happy.
When the times were difficult this season, did this moment seem impossible?
No, never impossible. Really, it hasn't been an easy season for us, maybe in Premier League, but we are going to play two finals. Today we won. We have the most important game, final Champions League, so now we have the possibility to win 2 trophies. In my first season, it's a dream.
Thanks, man. Go and get your hands on the cup.
Contrasting moods, the joy of Chelsea and the desolation of Liverpool. Most of whose supporters have now left. Runners up for the 7th time, only Everton have been broken-hearted more often. But Chelsea, their love affair with the new Wembley continues. A 4th FA Cup win in 6 seasons, and it is the English Bulldog skipper who leads them up the 107 steps. John Terry equalling Arthur Kinnair's age-old record by captaining a team to 4 FA Cup wins, and he's the only man in history to do so with the same club. Ultimately, Chelsea's season will be defined by what they can achieve in Munich in a fortnight against Bayern. But just for now, in the English capital, Europe can wait. The back of the line, the manager at the front, the captain, who, to dramatic effect, pauses for a moment, takes a deep breath, and strides forward into the limelight once more. Only the Wanderers, who won the Cup in 5 of its first 7 seasons in the 1870s, have exerted a more dominant grip on this coveted trophy. A word with Fabrice Muamba and his fiancée Shauna. How wonderful it is that they are here today. David Bernstein and the guest of honour Jimmy Armfield performing the formalities. A handshake for Frank Lampard too. And Didier Drogba, the match winner. The old stagers, Cole, Cech, Lampard, Drogba and John Terry. The Chelsea pensioners have delivered. They are not yet ready to be consigned to history. They're more intent on making it. A hug from Bruce Buck, the chairman, from Ron Gourlay, the chief executive. And the man whose future is still to be determined soaks in the joy and the atmosphere. And in the background, the famous Chelsea anthem, Blue is the Colour, the song the Chelsea players recorded for the 1972 League Cup final. They were number 2 that day. The song reached number 5. Today, the modern Chelsea are number 1 in terms of the FA Cup. Whoops. Blue ticker tape. John Henry, the Liverpool owner, in the background, shaking hands. Ian Eyre, who runs the club. Chelsea eager to get down to pitch level to start the party with their supporters. Blue is the colour, and Chelsea's is the name on the FA Cup for 2012. And for the 3rd time, Didier Drogba is the man whose goal has secured it. Michael Emenalo, the sporting director, who will have a major say in who the next manager is, shakes hands with the interim incumbent. And Chelsea's legions fill their lungs and bark out the famous song. Liverpool will say that these are Johnny-come-latelys, Arrivistes. All their trophies of significance have come in the last 15 years. But they've made themselves into a major force. And they have a bigger battle still to fight in a couple of weeks' time. A thrilling final. It was a slow burner. First half, we don't need to talk about for very long. But the second half was 45 minutes of football and drama wrapped up in a compelling package that we will discuss for many a year to come. That save by Petr Cech, a Jim Montgomery moment. Blue is the colour, Chelsea's day at their home from home. And now to future conquests, from Brent to Bavaria. For Di Matteo and Chelsea, it is next stop Munich.
Kevin Keegan, John Barnes, many commiserations, but Craig Burley and Gus Poyet, I know how happy you both are at this. And for a season for Chelsea where there has been their lows, a much-deserved high, Gus.
Until probably the hour, I thought it was the only team that was comfortable on the pitch. It was the team doing the right things tactically because of the way they play. It's incredible how football can change in one action, because I was thinking it was over, and then Carroll came with a goal and he changed again and made 25 minutes of a great FA Cup final. So at the end you have to say that for long periods Chelsea was the team who was in control of the game. I don't know if it deserved it or not. Scored 2 goals. Football, I suppose.
Craig, have this team rediscovered that steel and that metal that they had before?
Well, they were in disarray for 6 months of this season, weren't they? And in many ways, they didn't have to play particularly well today to win. I mean, Liverpool gave themselves a mountain to climb, but again, they're enjoying the moment. It's been all about winning since Villas-Boas left, and there's no better feeling. The lads know about it, lifting the FA Cup. They've got the Champions League to look forward to now as well. They did look a little bit tired as Liverpool pushed and pushed and pushed, but the football gods are smiling in this group of players, certainly in the second half of the season.
John, it wasn't a fantastic performance from either team, but one that got them through in the end.
Well, you know, I played in a FA Cup final against Manchester United in 1996 when a lot was expected of the 2 best teams in the country, and it was a poor final. Manchester United won, and when you win, everyone forgets how either poor or how badly you played. Now, Chelsea didn't play badly, because part of your quality is also about defending and showing the right heart and spirit, which is what they showed in the last 20 minutes to defend. Sorry for Liverpool, because when Carroll came on, you know, if that second one had gone in, there was only going to be one winner. But Cech kept it out, and congratulations to Chelsea.
Kevin, there will be so much talk, won't there, about whether the ball crossed the line, or was it a great save, or was it a miss by Carroll? What do you think?
All those things, yeah. You summed it up perfectly. Impossible to call. We've seen it about 10 times. We've tried all sorts, but take nothing away from this group of players. They deserve probably to edge this match because for an hour they dominated and they got the bit of luck they deserved for that in the later stages. Carroll coming on. If Andy Carroll, from a Liverpool point of view, if Andy Carroll takes that 30 minutes of coming on and says, if I play like this every week, he's a bargain at £35 million because what he did today, if he watches that tape, was everything you expect from a centre-forward. But today the plaudits go to Chelsea and they've maybe got an even bigger prize than this to come.
What can you say, Kevin, about the manager?
Well, you know, incredible. They've had all these high-profile managers. I don't know how many they've had. There's so many. And they've all got great CVs. But here's a guy who's come in. He's sat the side of a young manager. He's watched him. He's probably learnt as much from his mistakes as anything, you know, and he did make some mistakes at Villas-Boas. But, you know, it's about players. These players like Terry and Lampard, they weren't ready to be shelved. They've got something to give. And I think where Villas-Boas made a mistake, he thought it was his job to shelve them. Shelve them when they've had the sell-by date, but don't try and do it too quick.
It's only about players when they win. It's about managers when they lose.
Absolutely. Yeah, we did see that picture of Kenny Dalglish looking so emotional there. Yeah. About these players, Gus, this core of players that have been at Chelsea for so many years and are very close, as we can see here as well.
They keep running. I thought they were tired. No, it's, I think it's the key of everything is that when you got players that they are experienced, and we talked before the game as well, you need players to stand up and the key moments. I think this final match, on me, apart from Chelsea winning, is going to be remembered for the save. I know that for the opposition or for the fans all over the world, they're going to remember only the goals. But for me in particular, it's going to be the save of Czech in the last 10 minutes. If you add that, you know, it was no one player standing in front of the others. It was a team performance, but especially with Drogba. When everybody knows it's Wembley, I think Chelsea should move from Stamford Bridge to Wembley and play Drogba week in, week out, because that's the way you win games. You know, your goalkeeper, your centre forward, they made the difference.
Craig, Didier Drogba, we talked about him before the game. He is one special player and always here at Wembley.
Well, you know, if you go and watch him at the DW Stadium, he's probably going to be hopeless. But if you get him on a big arena, he wants to play. Now, I'm not saying that's right. Barnsley's smiling at me.
Yeah,
you've got to be in your bonnet. But I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying it's fact. It's fact. It's not right where he does. If he does it more often than he did when he was younger. And again, we thought he was going to come off. He was complaining about his adductor and his groin. But
still running.
There was nothing wrong with him, Chris, was there? And it was a great finish. We'll pick the bones out to you a bit more once the celebrations are over. Liverpool again could have got the challenge in, but what a way to finish. Well, it's not finished, is it?
Yeah, the other thing is the 2 goals from Chelsea, avoidable. I mean, 2 mistakes or 3 mistakes in one action from Liverpool. The goal from Carroll is one hell of a goal. I mean, it's particularly me, I was not expecting Carroll to do that action, to control the ball, to turn again and to hit it the way he hit it.
It still came from a mistake, though, because Bosingwa tried to clear the ball, and so, you know, mistakes always, at most goals, somebody's made a mistake somewhere.
What about Di Matteo? If you handed him a £5 at the moment, by the time it hit the palm of his hands, it'd be a £50 note. Everything is going his way.
That's the way we thought the game would go. You know, when you look at Arsenal or Tottenham, they're very creative, they create chances. No team really created that many chances. There were mistakes, there were close things. And I tell you, you talk about the save, but Daniel Agger, or I think it was Martin Skrtel, had a chance when the ball got played over the top in the last 2 minutes where he miscontrolled it. And that, for me, really was the difference between the 2 teams.
Guys, let's take a look at the big talking point that will be over the course of the next, days, weeks, months, probably years as well.
Well over.
Was this a...
Well over.
John Barnes, well over.
I mean,
I tell you, it's impossible to know, even if we see it 100 times.
I mean, see, from this side, it doesn't look over there. From the top, it does. So, you know, I could understand why it wasn't given, put it that way.
I don't think it's conclusively all the ball over the line. But in real time, it looked as if it was. There's no doubt about it. But I've got to say, I think the assistant referee, that was a hugely difficult call. And I think he got it right, actually. I mean, I know Liverpool fans will probably disagree, but it's either over or it's not, and the whole ball...
If we'd have had technology on this, Craig, and we all sat and watched it upstairs, we watched it 7 or 8 times, we don't know anything.
OK, we've got more reaction, Kevin. Excuse me, let's go to Dave Beckett.
John Obi Mikel, you've got your hand on the winner's medal. Can we have a look?
You want to see it? There.
So what are you thinking? What are you thinking even after 4?
Still happy. I still want to win trophies. I think this is what this club is all about. It's all about winning trophies. I think last season when we didn't win anything, we were very disappointed with ourselves. And I think today we put it right, and hopefully we can get another one on the 19th.
Is this a sign of Chelsea getting back to their very best?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're getting back to the normal. I think nothing really happened. I think it was just sometimes things go wrong in the club, and sometimes people always write us off. But I think we always come back strong, and I think we showed that today again with the way we played and the way we went about the business to win this cup.
So to maintain this momentum now, would you like to keep Roberto Di Matteo in charge and have some consistency?
Yeah, I think we're all happy with him. I mean, he's done a fantastic job. He's brought back smiles into the face of the fans and the players as well. I think everyone is happy, I think we're just looking forward to the Champions League now. We have to enjoy this, but we just have to make sure we win the Champions League final as well.
Compared to those other finals, how tough was it today in the second half? How tough in the second half?
I think we started again second half much better, and then I think when Carroll came in, things started working their way, and they started playing the long balls, and it became very difficult for us to have the ball. But I think we dealt really well with it. But I think we're very happy to win the cup.
Are you guys tired at all because you've had so many games, and perhaps you looked a little bit tired in the second half, maybe?
Yeah, I think we looked. Well, I think we wanted to do what we did in the first half, but I think Carroll, when he came in, they started kicking the long ball, they started fighting, and it became difficult for us to have the ball. But I think overall we're very, very happy.
Well done today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to this Chelsea team, the 2012 FA Cup final winners. Well, journeys have started already for the Liverpool supporters. They'll be so disappointed. They're going to have to make their way home, however they get home, by train, by car. We know there's not many trains going back to Liverpool, so it is commiserations to Liverpool fans. I think we can hear from Salomon Kalou.
Salomon, how good does this feel?
Oh, I feel good. That's the fourth time that we played the final, and we won 4 times. So I think we're very pleased with that performance today. It was a difficult game. We know Liverpool gonna make it hard because that's the trophy that they wanna win this year. And I think that's a good feeling before the 19th.
When Didier Drogba starts an FA Cup final, do you just assume he's going to score?
Well, he have a good record at Wembley, so when he's playing, we know we have a chance to score a goal, and he's a brilliant striker. And he showed it today that he don't need many chances to score 1 goal.
Things have gone very well for you in the last few weeks under Roberto Di Matteo. I assume that you would want him to stay on as Chelsea manager for you personally, and I know your own future's in doubt at the end of the season.
Well, I think Robbie brought something different to the team. He gave a chance to players that wasn't in the team before, and I think it creates more competition in the team, and that is paying off, and everyone giving 200%, and I think he deserved to win. He deserved to win with the team, and he did a great job, so credit to him.
What does the future hold for you at Chelsea? If Roberto's here, do you stay on?
If what?
Roberto stays as manager, do you think he'll keep you on?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't make decisions at Chelsea, and I'm really happy to win trophies, and I'm looking forward to the 19, and after that I think we can make our mind clear about the next season. I'm just looking forward for the 19.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
There we go, thousands of Liverpool fans making their way out of Wembley and down Wembley Way. Their season has pretty much finished, despite a couple of Premier League games to go with just the Carling Cup. Good season or bad season, we'll discuss that in the coming minutes here on ESPN. For Chelsea, though, it could be just the beginning of silverware this season. The Cup final is just part of what's been a year of top quality sport here on ESPN, and I promise you, there's more of this to come.
They've been preparing for this moment for the last 6 or
shaping a brand new season.
Opening weekend, the return to the bright lights.
The drama starts here. This is ESPN.
Joe Stubbs here and the boys.
It's showtime.
Ray, chance, goal!
Blue is the colour, the day belongs to Chelsea. Is it the start of an historic end to the season? Is Lady Luck shining on them? More reaction from Wembley in just a moment.
The 131st FA Cup final, but the first to pit Chelsea against Liverpool. Ramirez for Chelsea. Here's Drogba. Chelsea's Wembley wonder does it again. Andy Carroll, Liverpool are back in this final. Carroll! It's not been given. The men from the King's Road are kings of Wembley again.
Chelsea have now won 3 of the last 4 FA Cup finals. Congratulations to them, but could it all have been so different? 8 minutes to go. Kevin Keegan, was this a goal? We're going to go big on this. We're going to look at every possible angle we can possibly find to help us all out. Craig, Gus, John, what do you think?
Do you know what? You can show it from every possible angle you want, up underneath the ground if you've got cameras. Impossible to call. Incredible, but you just cannot make a decision. And that's why the official got it right, because if you're undecided, great ball from studied up for him. You know, you could say if he heads it down, he scores. You know, the old-fashioned way of scoring. But you know, he does everything he needs to do. The goalkeeper just
fantastic ball from Suarez.
Great miracle save this.
Now from this angle, looking in here, it looks like the whole ball is Nova. The top angle would be better, but because we can't get a conclusive angle, it's difficult to call. But that's why the linesman couldn't have given it.
Well, that just shows you how by the naked eye you couldn't do it. It would have to take the technology of a chip or a beam, whatever way they're going to do it. Would be the only way, I think, on this occasion to tell whether it was.
I think even if you did that, you know, even in cricket sometimes it's inconclusive. This would probably come as inconclusive. You know, I don't care how much technology you've got, it's impossible to call it. And you know, Chelsea's luck is Liverpool's bad luck, if you like. What a great save! I mean, most keepers would have given it up anyway.
Gus?
Well, I think it's impossible. I think it's coming up to a reaction, or we need to give credit to the line.
I don't think it's over.
No, I don't think it's. But say, the linesman come in a position that when the ball is going to cross the line, you know, a reaction. You put the flag up, and after you cannot put it down. And it was so good to wait and say, I didn't see it over the line.
But I'll tell you why he even did even better, regardless whether it's over or not, because he's at the Liverpool end. And of course, the Liverpool fans would have been up. And the linesman, it's easy for him in this corner, when the whole of the stands go up, to put it up. Yeah, you know, so he did well, because I know the Scousers would have been putting him under pressure to put that flag up.
Imagine the opposite, no? If he gives a goal. And then we're talking here, it was not. And then it's extra time. And then technology in 2 weeks.
Exactly.